The following is a power armor guide for Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition. The goal is to use the Anniversary Edition to obtain a strong suit of power armor for the early game that will also basically carry you through the majority of the game. There's also a bit of a break point where if you wanted to get an even stronger form of power armor, you can go and do that as well. But with all that being said, I'm going to get started on the guide, and here we go. So we're actually going to start here at the very first red rocket. More specifically, we're going to begin by entering a cave on the side over here, a little unmarked cave. Now, obviously, there's going to be mole rats in here, as the name suggests. As the name suggests, there will be mole rats in this cave. Feel free to dispatch them. There's another one down in there, and there's some extra loot down there. But what we're really here for is this fusion core right here. And this is going to be the first fusion core we pick up for this. You can go kill that last mole rat down there if you want, or at this point in time, you can just leave. There's some miscellaneous loot down there, but we don't care about it right now. Next, from the red rocket, we're going to be heading about northeast-ish. If you want, you can follow along this riverbank here. By following this riverbank along the way, you'll find this little secret here that will give you some extra caps. It's not a lot, but it's a neat little thing that you can hit if you so desire. You just have to turn that off. And then you can open this up and get the cap stash. But you have to turn that pump off first. But anyway, that's just a side thing. In any case, this is our next stop, the Robotics disposal ground, which is here on the map. Right here. So there's going to be a couple of things we're going to get from this location. First, inside of this little building, there's going to be this power armor paint you can take if you want. Some military grade circuit boards, which are good for repairing things, you know. Various chems are going to be around here. But something, and this is actually kind of more of an optional step, but I would suggest going into this terminal and activating this tape here. Now, this is the tape for the sentry bot that you find outside. You're going to activate him. And then you can keep this tape in here, or you can eject it and take it with you. But either way, this is going to activate this sentry bot outside. Now, eventually, activating this sentry bot's going to spawn mole rats, which he'll be more than capable of taking care of, or you can take care of the mole rats yourself when they spawn. Either way, the other things you need here is going to be this fusion core and a fat man that you're going to find over here. Now, wherever you have that holotape, whether you left it in the terminal or in your inventory, or take it with you in your inventory, go back to that, you know, open up that holotape, and then I would recommend, now you can do a couple of things with this sentry bot. You can send it to a couple of different locations if you want to. USAF Olivia is close by, and we're actually going to go to USAF Olivia next, but he only really goes to the sides of these areas. For the sake of this guide, I would recommend initiating his self-destruct, and I'll show you why in a second. Now, if you like this robot and you want to keep it, you can totally do that. This is just a quick way to get 2 extra fusion cores and some extra junk things, but this isn't necessarily a required step to the guide. You can keep that robot alive if you want. Either way, from here, whether you kill it or not, we're going to be going to the USAF radio station Olivia, but we are going to make one minor detour on the way there. We're going to be grabbing this power armor frame that spawns over here first. There's usually rad stags and stuff around here, and this power armor frame spawns with different, it's random how much power armor it spawns with and what pieces, but that's not really important to us at all. We don't really care what's on this power armor frame. We're just gonna grab it. And technically, if you wanted to, you could clear out USAF radio station Olivia first and then come back for it. if you don't want to waste fusion cores. But I mean, fusion cores are pretty easy to come by, but so I'd prefer to do it this way. Either way, we're clearing out radio station USAF Olivia next. Now, our goal inside of radio station Olivia is to get a mini nuke we find behind this door. Now, it requires this terminal here, which you can either hack or go into deeper and get the password for the terminal. Now, in here, there's actually a question you have to ask yourself, because there's a glitch you can perform with a minigun. So if you plan on using big guns, I'm going to show you kind of how you can do that as well. So clear out the raiders kind of in this area here. There's going to be a couple of them, as well as a dog. You just don't want to clear everyone out from the back rooms over there. I'll show you why in a second. So when this room's clear, what you're going to do next is you're going to go into this little side room they have over here, and you're going to be looking for someone named Akak. And you're going to want to kill Akak really fast without anybody else dying. I'm going to show you why in a second. So kill Akak. Okay. And then you're going to want to leave Akak. Because other raiders, see, can pick up Akak's minigun. And then when another raider picks up the minigun, kill them, leave it for a little bit, see if nobody else will. Oh, look. Yep, he picked up the minigun. I guess this is more of an exploit than a bug. And you have this guy over here. We might be able to drag him over here. We might be able to push him. Remember, you have power armor, so you're kind of in a good spot to push him where you want to. Because these guys are only going to have pipe weapons. It all depends on kind of how patient you are with this next part. And we got him to pick it up. We got him to pick it up. Okay. Now, what you will find is that every single one of the raiders that picked up the minigun will have ammunition for it. And honestly, more than Akak will have. So yeah, that's a fun little exploit with the minigun that you'll find in here. From here, you're going to want to go here. Also, while editing this, I forgot to mention that even if you don't plan on using the minigun in this step, you should probably do it anyway, because all of that minigun ammo, if you're not going to shoot it, is basically just free money. So this is something to keep in mind. Unlock this door right here.
That's it.
Mind the rad roaches, as there are several. That being taken care of, there's probably going to be one more rad roach hidden under this corpse. Grabbed the intel room key there. On your way out, don't forget to stop over here and grab yourself another fusion core. Then make your way towards the exit. Before you leave, of course, open this door and grab this mini nuke. Feel free to loot the rest of the room if you want. It's mostly going to be, I mean, I'm doing this as a low level, so it's mostly low level loot here, but, you know, feel free to loot everything. It's just nail down anything you can take. But anyway, from here, we're going to leave this location now. From here, I would recommend fast traveling back to the Red Rocket truck stop. And from here, we're going to make our way towards the Museum of Freedom as kind of like normal. We're not going to be helping Preston Garvey yet. Once we're in Concord, I would recommend taking care of the raiders out here. I'd recommend taking care of them. Basically, by simply clearing out those raiders and approaching the front door, you're probably going to get a free level up, so you might as well do it. You can also grab these if you want. But that's another kind of optional step. From here, you're actually going to ignore them for now. I mean, you could do this quest if you want, but we have bigger fish to fry. We're heading towards the Starlight Drive-In that you can see on our map right there. Once we arrive at Starlight Drive-In, we need to get through this door here. Yes. Anyway, in Starlight Drive-In, you're going to have a fusion core in this back room here. Now, from Starlight Drive-In, this is where we're going to encounter our first piece of Creation Club content. We're going to follow this road to these train tracks. And then we're going to be following the train tracks. You see what we see over there. Those two people right there who we're going to be going after. This is funny. This is an Adam Cats random encounter that just popped up while playing this guide. I think this is hilarious. I just wanted to point that out. That's a completely random encounter. But anyway, we're ignore him. We're going for those guys over there. Keep in mind, those people are not friendly. Those are enemy robots. But this is our first piece of Anniversary Edition content. We're going to approach them from stealth. Make sure you have that fat man equipped, which you should have one mini nuke for. Approach cautiously. Now, you kind of just need to hit somewhere in the middle of them. You know, if you can hit them like right here, because ideally that truck's going to also explode, and make sure to take care. But you'll probably be fine if you just launch it. And that'll take care of both of them. Watch out for the truck. Anyway, once they're gone, what you're going to do is off of one of their corpses, they're going to have this outcast power armor. You're going to want to take the helmet off of their corpse. If you're lucky, it'll be fully, it'll have full HP. But you'll take the helmet off of one of their corpse, and then you're going to actually go to one of these corpses and take the rest of the power armor. Because these corpses, the power armor is going to be completely undamaged, unlike the power armor that they're wearing. And now you have a full set of T45D power armor, which has a very decent defensive rating. If you just judge the difference between the regular T45 power armor, which, like, look, for example, the torso for the regular T45 power armor, the damage resistances look like this, whereas the T45D torso looks like this. So it's a pretty decent upgrade in damage resistance. You get 60 on physical, 60 on energy weapons, and then you have the same radiation defense. So it's a pretty decent upgrade there. You can obviously repaint the helmet if you want. And then from here, if you want to loot the rest of these bodies, a suggestion I could give you is going back to Starlight Drive-In, clearing it out, turning it into a settlement, and using one of the storage containers there to store the excess power armor. Now from here, we're actually in a pretty good position, and realistically, you could kind of break away from here at this point in the guide and kind kind of go around doing whatever it is you want to do, because this power armor is going to provide you some pretty decent protection. But if you wanted to go for an upgrade path from here, I'm going to show you where what that's going to look like next. Also, if you want to do this quest, make sure you grab the Sentinel system log. The actual reward for this quest isn't the T-45D power armor. It's a companion that wears power armor and follows you around everywhere as a robot. And it's an additional companion, by the way. Maybe I might do a video or something on that later, but it's a pretty cool feature. But in any case, we're actually going to go somewhere different now. Kind of farther away. We're going to have to head south from here. And I'll tell you where we're at when we're there. For this next step, we're going to be here at Watts Consumer Electronics. And you're just going to go inside. You're going to go to the Black Devil poster. Read Connie's note. Take it. Once you arrive at the tower, you are going to find some Enclave remnants. Grab the music catalog and the note. Read the note. You gotta load this holotape into the relay. And transfer the files. I don't know. I think you could just click on one of them. I don't think you have to click on both of them. And from here, you're gonna go down to this building here. And this is just like basically a raider dungeon. Anyway, so you're gonna be in this little room here. You're gonna find this guy. Make sure to grab the music catalog. You can play it if you want. There's gonna be functions that are locked. Basically, you either need to, you need the hacker perk if you want to open it easily. Otherwise, if you don't have a hacker perk, you can just check over here and grab the cigarette paper. Use the password. Then you're gonna have to load this into an array. And killing the rest of the raiders in this dungeon is in fact optional. Will the FM52 holotape transfer America to Beautiful? Then I think if you didn't read through the transcriptions in there beforehand, I'm pretty sure it won't prompt you to go to the rationing site until you read it. To get in, you just follow the wood. Just gotta follow the wood. There we go. Here. Onto here. Then it will be open in here. And then from in here, you can open all of the barred doors. You can even hit this button here to unlock the little garage. Hey, let's those are gone. Go in the utility tunnel. And the fusion core. Once you've arrived, you'll have to activate this radio. And this is your XO2 power armor. And here you're actually given a choice. Hit a humble request. And then you can choose to either disable the radio or restore the radio. So if you restore it, what you get is you get the Enclave radio signal, which is just a radio station. If, however, you choose to destroy the radio station, or the short circuit the radio transmission, rather, it will open this safe here, and you will be able to attain what's inside of it, including the Devil's Inferno mod for the power armor. And as you can see, to my knowledge, the only way you can get the Devil's Inferno is by taking it here. This is the upgrade screen without the Devil's Inferno, or without taking the Devil's Inferno, rather. And this is what you can see when you do have the when you did take the Devil's Inferno. So basically, the difference is the Devil's Inferno is kind of a better version of Tesla coils, whereas this just deals energy damage. This deals energy damage to nearby enemies, also increases your movement speed by 5%, and taking damage recharges your action points. So it's a significantly better version of the Tesla coils. It does also, keep in mind, make your power armor, your base frame here, a little rusted. You could just go to material mods and paint over it if you want. The Enclave paint, but whatever paint you want is going to go over this, so it's not that big of a deal. I mean, even Onyx paint, for example, would give you the black look that you want, or you could just do the Enclave paint if you want and get that black shine back. So it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal at all if you decide to do this. In any case, before doing that, I would recommend removing whatever fusion core you have in your current power armor frame and swapping it with this one, because this one will be a full fusion core, and then you're going to get another extra fusion core from this. It's just efficiency's sake. In either case, after making your decision, a bunch of Enclave soldiers are going to spawn, and you're going to have to kill them. So basically, at this point, what you're going to have is a bunch of fusion cores, a set of endgame power armor, and a minigun with a decent amount of ammo. So basically, you're kind of set for most of the game at this point in time. This is like a good way if you want to, let's say you want to start Nuka World like really early level. This would be a decent way to do that, I think. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this guide. Like I said, this is kind of like more of an optional step. You don't have to go this far right away. The T45 power armor, the T45D power armor will carry you through a lot of the game's content, especially a lot of the early content. So this step is kind of unnecessary, but it was just one I wanted to improve, or wanted to include rather. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this guide. I'm thinking about making a video on like every power armor in this game. I'm probably gonna do that next, because I really like power armor in Fallout 4. So the eyes glow on this. I think that's cool. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. Yeah, look at him. Yeah, look at him. Cracking his knuckles. He's telling you, you better have a nice day. So I hope you have a nice day. Also, if you like this video, don't forget to take a screenshot of your favorite moment. You could probably get it minted into an NFT. I hear those are worth a lot of money. Goodbye.